Okay, we'd like to request Naimega and Senator Kiki to please sit down. And then to complete the presidential table, the mapuno is Ms. Rosel and of course Sir Key.
Parang natawa ko, yung producers, ang nagbigay sa akin alin na yung mano ko was mother.
Oo naman.
And then now, sa dami na nakasama ko, sa dami na nakilala ko, isa lang ang nagsabi that she was going to have a press con with our showbiz friends for people. And that's Mother Lily's daughter, Rosel. So we're very grateful to the Monteverdes. We will never forget them. My heart is so full kasi nabi Monteverde. Parang abot langit yung pagka-touch namin. So we're very grateful.
Tinutuloy ng mga heirs and heir the legacy of the great Regal Matriarch.
And Rosel and I will call each other na sis. Na si Mother was like a mother to us talaga. Umpisa pa lang, tinutulungan na niya si Kiko. Tapos ako, binigyan niya ng project. Parang, you know, and they're the ones na hindi ko nakasama from the beginning. So it means so much more.
In another company.
Yes, it means so much more. Oo. And parang sila lang yung talagang voluntarily laging tumutulong sa kanya, tumutulong sa akin. So, thank you sis, thank you.
And to officially welcome you to the Regal home. This is where it all started. Our President and CEO, Marie Rosel Monteverde.
Hello. Magandang hapon sa inyo. I'm so glad that you're here because in support of Senator of Kiko Pangilinan, of course, na who's running for Senator this year. And of course, Ms. Sharon Pangilinan. I love you, sis. You know naman na idol kita ever since I was really, you know, a fan of the movie industry. I've been really wanting to work with you.
Kasi mag-aakala, matatang, ang hirap mangyari, di ba? Na mapunta si Mega dito sa Regal home, di ba? Now she's here. Tapos kasama pa ang isang good man. Okay. Go ahead, Ms. Rosel.
And you know, I'm really, you know, asking all of you, kasi, you know, my mom has been advocacy for really good governance for our country. And always been. Yung Kiko was running independent during that time. He really wanted to help and support. So, which she did. And then, we're just, as children of, you know, mother, we just want to continue on the legacy that she left us. Always, because she loves this country a lot. Kahit ako pinauwi niya dito. I was in the US for over 20 years. My son was also in the US for 30 years. So sinasabi niya talaga lagi, umuwi kayo sa Pilipinas. Huwag kayo dyan, dito kayo. Dito talaga kayo. Kasi super mahal niya ang Pilipinas. That's why she's been in the industry for a long time. Kasi love din niya industry, love niya kayong lahat. Diba? So parang she's really after progress in our country. But this is the reason why we're here. We're here to support Kiko because we believe in you. And we'd like you to really support us in this. Thank you.
Yay! Kilig din. Later on, we get to hear from the great Kiko Pangilinan. But before that, he's not really well, but he's here. Pakipakita ang support kay Senator Kiko and Naimega. Our Executive Vice President, Keith Ryan Monteverde. Your message, pwede ba, sir? Oh, I know you're not...
Yeah, I think my mom said it best already. Right? Like my Lola really set a good examples for us in terms of supporting the Philippines, supporting the industry, and we're just very happy here to support Senator Kiko here today. So thank you all.
All right, thank you, Sir Keith. Okay, we'd like to request everyone to please settle down so we can start with our chicken.
Thank you. Magandang hapon sa kanilang lahat. We'd like to apologize for being a bit late.
My fault.
No. We both had radio interviews. You didn't hear me lang. I was outside in the balcony. Tapos ang sama ng signal pagka nandun ka sa mataas ng building. But anyway, we apologize. Masyadong hectic na rin ang schedule. And so we were doing interviews before coming here. just a very short story about this press con. When Roselle said we will agree to have this press con, I was, of course, the first person I remembered and missed was Mother Lily, because it was always Mother who would put this together for us since 2001. We didn't ask. She was the one who volunteered. She called us, said, no, we're going to support you. We want good people in government. So we miss her, we miss Mother. And but of course, she lives on with Roselle, with Keith, and with all of you who touched, all of us who touched her, who were touched by her generosity, her love for country. In fact, Roselle, when I was giving instructions to my team to help put this together and coordinate with you, 2 times I had to edit my message because I had to change Mother to Roselle. Out of habit, but Mother Lily will put together. Mother will put together a press conference. Roselle. And then that was the first time. The second time, again, out of habit, we're going to have a press con with Mother, with Roselle. That's how we miss Mother so much, because she was really a mother to us. And as Roselle said, truly, she was inspiring. You know, when we were down, when we felt that we were alone, especially that independent run, we didn't join the administration or the opposition. So we were solo. She called us again and said, we need to help you, we have to win. So, yes, she's still alive, very much alive in our hearts. And in the family. And thank you, Roselle, thank you, Keith, for the support. And when we're here, 6 more days, it's the home stretch. We're still struggling to solidify our hold in the top 12. Several polls have placed us statistically tied from number 9 to 12 with about 8 other candidates. So it's really a tight race, an extremely tight race. Because only 12 will make it, maybe the difference between 12 and 13 can be less than 100,000 votes. So every vote counts. Every vote matters. And that's why this press con today, hopefully, we will be able to bring our message, which, by the way, has been hijacked left and right by trolls. We have been bashed, we have been trolled. They have spliced video, demeaning us, insulting us, mocking us, and that's why it's hopefully the media, the showbiz media, can help us correct the lies that have been spread and continues to be spread. Palagay ko, because nga we're statistically tied, there are those who are afraid and have resorted to disinformation. Talagang nagbigay ng oras para sila ang talo. And so, ayun, we go back to the message. Why are we running? Why did we decide to run? Because our advocacy since 2010, and highlighted in fact in the last presidential and vice presidential election, in my case, was food security, support for our farmers. And after that, run in 2022, today in 2025, food continues to be very expensive. Hirap ng ating mga kababayan. One of the top issues, top 3, top 2 issues would be high prices. And paramount there is food. Today we have the highest incidence of hunger since 2022, when we were all locked down and so many lost their jobs, So many were not earning anything. So hunger incidence was very high then. We're pretty much back to the incidence of hunger. About 37% of our voters, of our citizens experience hunger. That's almost 40% of our citizens. The other thing is highest self-rated poverty since 2004. Ibig sabihin, people are suffering. And that's why we said we have to run to address the issue of hunger. We were able to address the rice prices when we were asked before. If you will recall, marami sa inyo will agree, there was a time, just recently, about less than 10 years ago, that 1,000 pesos, yung 1,000 piso at yung 500 piso, maraming nabibili sa palengke. Hindi na ngayon. At bakit? Yung 2015, base sa NEDA statistics, pinakamababang inflation ang nakabot ng bansa in 20 years. Nationwide inflation was the lowest in 20 years. In 2015, September, and at that time, I was Food Security Secretary, precisely tasked by President Aquino then to address high food prices, which we achieved in a period from 2014 to 2015. Bumagsak ang presyo ng bigas ng hanggang 3 piso kada kilo at bumagsak ang inflation rate na pinakamababa sa 2 taon. So I know how to address the problems of rice supply, of inflation, because if you address the prices of rice, you address inflation pretty much. Pag mataas ang presyo ng bigas, sumusunod na lahat. Pag bumaba ang presyo ng bigas, sumusunod din lahat pababa. And we've done that. Mission accomplished ng mga tanong ngayon. And we can do it again. Yun siguro, nakakalungkot na habang tayo ay focus sa solusyon, merong mga focus sa disinformation. Habang tayo focus on yung katotohanan, merong focus sa kasinungalingan. Hindi sila nakakatanda. Sana tigilan nila. But of course, we cannot reach as many people without the media, without your help. We cannot correct this disinformation thrown upon us, or pushback thrown at us, or very strong pushback without your help. We hope that we are able to solidify our hold in the top 12 by the truth. Let them have all the lies thrown at us, but we will answer with the truth. Thank you, and again, to the Monteverde family, thank you very much for this support. Again, nakakataba ng puso. It inspires us to continue this fight. Maraming salamat.
Thank you, Senator Kiko.
Sama-sama na. First, I didn't really expect to cry. I'm sorry. Pero walking into Valencia, said na lang, may pagmaming mother sa nagaputang na loob namin sa Monteverde family na sana napayaman ko si mother, kalakasan ko, kabataan ko. Pero for the Monteverdes to continue showing us out and the true meaning of being family nanos is we're just really grateful. Kasi can I just say, I'm also pagod na kami kasi 5 days na lang matatapos na yung kampanya. Hindi ko maintindihan. Sorry, nadadala ako nung utangan ko kay mother, pero sumasama yung sinasabi ko kay Kiko very often. Hindi ko maintindihan din. Umiyak ako dahil kay mother, hindi. Sorry. Ako nagdadrama, baka ako, pang-mabib na naman ako. Nakahalo-halo po, sorry. Sabi ko, di ko maintindihan. Kung selfish tayong tao, okay na buhay namin maayos na eh. Patahimik na ako. Tapos si Kiko, okay naman, may mga nagpundan kami negosyo, ganyan. Okay, mga anak namin, nag-ayos-ayos namin na palaki. Si Kaki is graduating na this month.
So right after elections, I'm going to attend your graduation. Lian has finished her first year, so 3 years na lang siya. Pero talagang calling ni Kiko, bata pa lang siya, is really to serve. Di ba kahit si Ma'am Lenny, nag-thank you sa akin for, allowing me to take on the role of a vice presidential candidate because she knew it wasn't going to be easy. I grew up with a mayor for a father, and until just shortly before he died, when I was born, may younger siya. Shortly before he died was the only time na hindi na mayor ang tatay ko. So parang, I never liked politics kasi nga, in the Philippines, pagkaganda-ganda ka ng intention mo, pagkaayos-ayos mo ng puso mo, natatalo ka ng fake news, tsaka budget ng bilyon-bilyon ng ibang kandidato na wala namang kami. Lahat ng meron kami, pinahirapan namin. Dalawa siya, even before I met him. Yung memes lang yan, di ba? Pinagtatawa na namin. Pero syempre, miski parang pinaniniwala doon. Sabi ko, dapat nagkaroon tayo ng ano na, bakit po ba ayaw niyo iboto si Kiko? Ano po yung mga doubts ninyo? Kasi lahat ng kasinungalingan nilalabas against him, may resibo kaming katapat. Meron kaming mga makapagpapasa walang katotohanan dun sa mga pinipintan nila, paninira nila. Siguro bilang asawa niya at nanay ng mga anak niya, pag-pray kasi namin galing dun sa matinong pagkatao namin. Wala namang perfecto, di ba? Lalo tayo sa showbiz, Diyos ko po. Pero maayos ang pinagkagalingan namin. Maayos kami panalaki ng mga magulang namin. Napaka-blessed ko na nakahanap ako. Pinagdasal ko na bigyan ako ng asawa. Di totoo, alam ng Panginoon to. Bigyan ako ng asawa. Hindi ako sasaktan. Magiging mabuting ama. You know, Kiko doesn't have a lot. But everything he has, he gives to us. This is also his heart for the country. Kasi, di naman kami lumaman sa politika. He served for over 2 decades. Wala kami, in a sense, so nagtatrabaho pa rin kami. I'm 59, I still work. Because my husband still works, because we think of our children. Everything we have has come from honest, hard work. So you know, thank you. So sorry, I didn't expect that. Every day, ito sinasabi ko. Siguro kasi nabaki ako kasama ng marami sa inyo. So parang mas comfortable. Gusto ko nang itanong, ba't po ayaw iboto si Kiko? Meron kami sagot. Meron na siyang nagawa. Sasabihin nila walang nagawa. He has passed 200 plus laws. Sabihin nila, ano ito ng bakit kumain sa takip ng kaldero? Meron namang plato, meron namang dahon ng sabi. Inabot po ni Idol yun sa kanya, inuimbita sa kanya kasi tatapon ng gatas ng kalabaw pag hindi plato o hindi. Inabot sa kanya yung pinakinuha. Yung sabaw, tinigman mo, ang init-init siya yung unang ganyan. Hindi pa niya paano yung second, doon niya talaga hinigot ng maraming hangin, diba? If you watch the full video naman, makikita niyo, sinisplice kasi yung wow, dagat. Hindi na naman nila tinuloy dun sa wow, dagat kasi mga anak may hika. May asthma yung mga anak namin. So talaga ang dagat important sa amin na dinadala yung mga anak namin. Pero lagi nila pinupunta, you know, he has 2 degrees from the University of the Philippines. One in comparative literature and one in law. He graduated from the John F. Kennedy School of Government in Harvard with an A- average when he graduated in Harvard University. He has been a teacher in Ateneo de Manila. He is a lawyer. He's a businessman. He's the greatest father. He's the greatest husband. malaki ang takot sa Diyos. Kasi yung konsyensya namin nila, lalo yung nag-a-apply ka ng magtrabaho for the people, nag-a-apply ka magtrabaho to serve the people, para ikaw yung ginagawang joke o parang binabaliktad ka, nagsisinungaling about, parang masama ba yung intention mo? Hindi ko alam ang intention ng ibang kandidato, pero yung kandidato ko, napaka-sincere, napaka-honest. Like I said, okay na kami, masarap ang buhay namin. Pero ang turo sa amin pareho ng dalawang sets ng magulang namin. When you are a little more fortunate, you always share, you always, tsaka yung lumaki kami sa paniniwala, ako politiko tatay ko, siya politiko siya. Parang, stop complaining about what you find wrong in your country. Do something. And he's trying to do something. He's done many things over more than 2 decades. So, kung doubts ang meron sila, sana po, I hope they do their research. I hope madaling na malaman ang katotohanan sa mga datos ng opisyal, yung mga tunay, hindi yung mga bilang o paninira ng ibang vloggers o ibang tao na madaling paniwalaan kung wala kang backup na mga patunay. I hope people see he's worked so hard to give to the country he loves so much. And, why do we focus on agriculture? Why does he focus on agriculture? Our children respect farmers and fisher folk so much. Si Frankie, when she was about 5 years old, said, farmers are like our parents. She was 9, sorry. Without them, we won't have food. And if you think about that, pag ang mga magsasaka at mangingisda, nagbenta, ang bumili sa kanila middleman, nagbili sa kanila ng kunyari piso, tapos binenta ng 50 piso, pero piso lang napunta sa kanila. Alam niyo po yung mga anak at apo nila, ayaw nang maging magsasaka, ayaw nang maging mangingisda. They want to go to the city and do other things kasi wala silang kita. So pag wala na ang farmers, the average age of a farmer now is 57. Ayaw na sumunod ng mga henerasyon. Yung mga sunod na henerasyon ayaw na maging magsasaka. Excuse me, pati mangingisda. Anong gagawin natin? Pag wala na magsasaka at mangingisda, i-importin natin lahat. Mula bigas hanggang poultry, livestock. Anong gagawin natin? Kailangan natin trabaho ng 2 trabaho kasi ang presyo ng pagkain, dodoble na naman. Doble pa. Kasi hindi na galing dito. It's the very basics, the basic necessities that we all need in each of our lives that he is fighting for. Hindi ko maintindihan kung ayaw intindihin ng iba or hindi na maintindihan dahil na pangungunahan ng fake news. It's important issues in all our lives and their present problems. Kailangan mahanap ni Vivian, mahanap pagkain. When he did this in 2016, bumaba ang presyo ng bigas agad-agad. Yung tagline namin, kung marami pang pinakakaintindi sa mga readers ninyo o viewers ninyo, yung pag-making komisyaran. Kasi sumikat yung tinatawag na balutin mo ako tapos magsasyaran ka ba? That's the meaning of that. Kasi pag mababa ang presyo ng pagkain, marami kang maihahanda. Ibig sabihin lahat, pwede pa magbago. That's the meaning of that. Pag-Mikiko. Hindi yung pag-Mikiko, sekretarya na ako. Hindi. The meaning is that. And this is very important kasi like yung campaign namin. But if you look at the issues na tinatalakay ng asawa ko, they're the most important, the most basic necessities that we all need, we all have. So, pakiusap ko lang talaga yun. Kunyari, ano pa ba? Wala kang more than 200 ganyan. Wala daw parusa sa juvenile justice law na napasan niya. Parang saan pwedeng wala? Ang pinoprotekta lang niya doon yung mga batang, let's say, nagnakaw lang ng pagkain. Nakulong kasama ng hardened criminals tapos nag-discussion. Yun lang naman. Pero syempre, kung seryoso yung crime, may hindi pinapakawalan. Pwede talaga. Kasi they're kids, they're minors. Sa ibang bansa man, hindi pwedeng pakita ang mukha, hindi pwedeng sabihin ang pangalan. Dito, may parusang ka. Depende sa crime mo. Kung naman astig yung crime mo, feeling adult ka, bigay na namin ikaw doon, di ba? Pwede mo. At daming paninira. But it's very easy to research about what is true about every single issue being brought forward against Kiko. Ang kailangan lang namin talaga, yung impormasyon, ma-disseminate. And this is why we're very grateful na lahat kayo nandito ngayon. Because you are the only ones that can help us. Apart from yung taong bayan na aware. So, we have 5 days left before the end of the campaign, which is May 10. We have 5 days left. After May 10, we can't campaign anymore, and May 12 is election day. We are really knocking on your hearts and knocking on your Filipino spirit to help us. He's not the only one that can make good change in the country, but he's certainly the best one. Please help us. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much. Sarap. Ang sarap. Very, very engaging talaga.